You got a zone in front of you. All right? You got to tell them, listen, brother, back away from that book. All right? Now, how do we know who Lilith is? How do we know that Lilith is the screech owl, or the owl that's worshipped during what you would call satanic Moloch rituals? Let's see. One moment. Yeah, and I want to get it in the yeah, so they can see it. Isaiah 34 and 14. Read it.
Isaiah chapter 34 verse 14.
Read.
The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island.
The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island.
And the satyr shall cry to his fellow.
It says what?
And the satyr shall cry to his fellow.
One moment here. Where's the internet at? Okay, we're good. And it says the satyr shall what?
And the satyr shall cry to his fellow.
And the satyr shall cry to his fellow. When you look at that satyr there, it says the he-goat. So don't go off and think it's talking about the satyr that's part man and part human. Some people like to say, well, that's a satire. No, when you look at that, that was a translation. It's talking about the goat. The goat shall cry to his fellow. Read.
The screech owl also shall rest there.
The screech owl shall also rest there.
And find for herself a place of rest.
And find for herself a place of rest. When you go into the screech owl in Isaiah 34 and 14, it gives you the Hebrew 39:17, which is Lilith, night specter. Night specter, or the screech owl. So there your Lilith is right there. Lilith represents the owl. It's a spirit of Lilith. Lilith was one of the women whom the fallen angels dealt with during the time right before Enoch. So Lilith did not come on the scene during Adam's time. So when you look at the screech owl, that represents Lilith. There's Lilith there in Isaiah, not in Genesis. Read it.
1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 13.
Good. 1 Timothy 2 and 13. Read it.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Read it again.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Read it again.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Read it again.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Lilith.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Lilith.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Read.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
Can we get any plain than that? People are trying to say through the book of Adam and Eve that Eve was not the first wife. Lilith was the first wife. And what they're saying, Lilith was Adam's wife, and Lilith did evil and was destroyed, and then came Eve. Well, that doesn't make sense because Eve did wrong. She wasn't destroyed. So, but this is the madness that people start delivering to other people without any understanding of history and knowing the book. You understand? Lilith is a spirit that comes to, well, it's a spirit that entices men into immorality during sleep. All right? And it's an actual spirit, but that spirit linked into the fallen angels. It wasn't during the time of Adam. Okay, it wasn't during the time of Adam. So step away from the book. Okay, I wanted to put that out there so that we can have that on record. All right, one moment.